Just want to really thank our crowd, amazing environment, everybody for coming out. We hope they'll continue to come out and support here. I think our crowds have really stepped up for us, and this team really just appreciates it. It was National Girls and Women in Sport Day, volleyball, swim and dive, soccer, I know rowing. We're coming out to start the game, and volleyball and swim and dive are just high-fiving the kids down the hallway, and it's just the family. So it was so great to see so many women in the building today, and what amazing role models they are. And just across this country as we celebrate, we're just so thankful for the opportunities for so many little girls to participate in sport, and everyone that contributes to that. Want to emphasize how important it is this week that we all could get back in Coleman and support our men as they take on Vandy, and then big match for our gymnastics program as they take on Auburn this weekend. So I hope everyone will come out and support them. As far as the game, really no moral victories. We expected to win today. We came up short. A really good South Carolina team. It's a tall task, literally. And too many second chance points, a couple of loose balls. But I love two categories. I think that the fact that, we made more free throws than they shot shows me we were passionate and aggressive. The fact that we took care of the ball the way we did against a really good defensive team. And then I think they're averaging 86 a game, and, we held them to 65. So just a tremendous effort, a play here or there. But, again, I don't want to take away from South Carolina. I mean, they're phenomenal, and just came up a little short.
Last week we kind of talked about how you guys were like number 22nd defense in the country going into this stretch against top offenses. Now that it's over, what have you taken away on the defense? You talked about it a bit, but what have you taken away from your defense over the last 3 games, especially today?
We felt like going into the season, I've said this before, Maxwell, that we have to be a better defensive team. We're so, I'm just so proud of the kids. Again, we've lost 2 out of 3, so I want to make sure that I don't enable. But I do think that our kids are really doing a much better job of buying in to, what we call KYP, knowing your personnel, understanding tendencies, the difference in, an Arkansas team compared to the South Carolina plan. Our kids are really adjusting and doing the things that we're asking them to do, but as we adjust, it hasn't made us hesitant. They've brought tremendous grit and toughness to the defensive end, and but it's important that, again, we continue to improve every single day, and, Bama not beat Bama on the defensive end. We've got to do a better job of, not giving up second chance points. I think that's going to be a really big key to our success in February.
Coach, you talked about being successful in February and second chance points. Kind of what steps are you going to maybe take in practice and in game just to maybe set you up for that?
Well, I think the first piece of that is, South Carolina is extremely big. Obviously, when you don't have the size, the fundamentals come into play with a simple box out, and you have to make contact. So you have to box out the shooter first. So I think it's the fundamentals that we have to continue to work on, and a lot of little things with that, Ashlee. A lot of times, too, when you give up dribble penetration, your rotations on the backside box out, we've got to do a better job of keeping the ball in front of us. As simple as that is, affects the rebounding opportunity. So you put a mismatch on the backside, sometimes we're guilty of that. So I think just the fundamentals we'll continue to work on. But, again, I've been really pleased with our kids and their battle on the boards and the ability to go what we call, gang rebound with all 5 and a foot in the paint and go pursue the ball. It's something we continue to work on. But I think a lot of teams have struggled against South Carolina and the LSUs. But we certainly haven't. We've certainly battled, and I've been more pleased with that. It's just a few technique little things we've got to do. Keeping the ball in front, making more contact.
Coach, your team hit 6 3-pointers in the game. How did you want your team to approach the perimeter game today against a team like South Carolina that has such great size?
Well, we did, but I think it's really important against South Carolina that you don't pass up open shots. But those open shots have to be good shots. And I thought we passed up some open looks and open windows, even from 2. that we probably ended up getting a worse shot. So it's a decision making there. But I was really pleased with our kids and how hard they tried. And again, I think it shows we're being aggressive. If we're going to shoot 16 free throws against the number 1 team in the country and they're shooting 9, got to be pleased with those numbers. We just needed to make those we missed. So, but they'll tell you. I mean, I tell every single one of them, don't pass up an open shot. And I thought we were a little hesitant because the window's not going to be very big with their length. But we see that length every day with our guys.
This one's for the players. Obviously, Zia Cook came in as their leading scorer. How do you guys think you managed to just keep her to 6 points on 2 and 11 shooting?
I think we just knew that, like, a lot of people talk about how good Aaliyah Boston is, but, like, Zia Cook, like, runs that team somewhat. You know, she's pretty much their leading scorer. And you just got to give credit to that and realize that she's going to come out and try to get her shots. And I think we did a really good job of knowing where she was on the floor. You know, when she was cutting through, we were communicating. And so that's kind of what we did tonight. We just knew that we needed to limit her shots and make it really hard contested shots. And then, you know, it's hard when they have Aaliyah Boston in there, too. They got, like, a double whammy. So but I felt like we did a really good job on Zia Cook tonight. So.
Coach, Jada had 6 points and 8 rebounds, and also limited her fouls to 3. Obviously, she only had 1, I think, through 3 quarters. What did you see from her tonight that you liked?
Well, I just love who Jada's trying to be. I think it's incredible energy and effort, toughness. We've really challenged our team lately to get the ball inside more. I think that's probably really hard against South Carolina. I thought we missed her twice that I can come up with. I'll have to go back and watch the film. But I love Jada Rice and how hard she's coming out and not backing down from challenges. She just played against the best post combination in the country. And, you know, so Jada is really coming along for us, and we're pleased with who she's trying to be every day. Really proud of her.
Coach, you guys kind of struggled to find consistency on offense, and you talked about it a little earlier about passing up good shots, but was there anything maybe specifically that South Carolina did to give you guys troubles, or was it just kind of a general lack of production?
Credit South Carolina. I mean, they're really long. Their defense is really good. It's really difficult on the perimeter. So credit South Carolina. I don't think it was anything that, you know, was a lack of effort on our part. Sometimes I think everybody talks about, and I want to make sure this is clear, we didn't just miss shots. Give South Carolina a little credit, too. You know, we've seen a lot of pressure and a lot of length lately in our recent games, and we continue to work hard on getting open and doing the little things with our flash finishing. So we'll just continue to work on that. We understand, you know, again, I feel like I need to do a better job at times of making sure in the second half, third, fourth, I should have gotten her a few more looks, some more cleaner looks. I didn't do a good job with that. So it's always me more looking at myself than looking at what the kids didn't do. So.
Hey, good. I'm Emily Adams with the Greenville News. You've just seen LSU as well. I'm just curious kind of how you compare playing LSU versus playing South Carolina and where those two kind of at the top of the conference sort of stand in your mind right now.
Well, first of all, we're excited to come to Greenville here in a month or so. What a fantastic city and how they host the SEC tourney. Secondly, they're both really good. February 12th, I'm not sure what time they play and what time we play, but I'd tune in because it's going to be a good one. Both very, very talented and phenomenal on the glass and just an inside-outside presence. So, yeah, I just focus so much on Bama. I just tell you, though, it's going to be 2 really good teams. They're both really good and athletic and big and physical and transition games, and both can shoot it. And it's just going to have to be who can make a play probably down the stretch. It's going to be a good game.
Coach, I know you mentioned earlier that there are no moral victories in this game, but when Dawn Staley comes in and she tells us that this is a tournament team, what's your reaction to that, just hearing that from a coach of the number 1 ranked team in the country?
Well, we are a tournament team. We have a 24 net. That's what people need to start talking about. People need to understand this is a tournament team, and we put a schedule in place that we've responded to, and we just want a road game, you know, we continue to go on the road and prove. And again, it is a tournament team, but we understand that our work is not done, and what matters is the opportunity in front of us, and we have to take care of business. We take care of business, and yes, we're a tournament team. So I appreciate that. I know Dawn and I are just both pulling for the Eagles today. I'm pulling for Jalen, and she's pulling for the Eagles. So both of us are going to hopefully win today.
Brittany, this question is for you, and of course anybody else could chime in. With Laura McQueen going 2 of 9, she still remained aggressive throughout the game. As her teammate, what are you kind of doing just encouraging her? Do you just kind of let her try to work through those, those struggles until she finally found her way?
Just tell her to keep going, because everybody make mistakes, and I always tell her, no matter like what you do, like keep going. Like if you mess up, don't worry about it, don't get down, just keep going. And I think that helped her to do what she did today.
I think you can add to that, like, I think everybody struggles. You're never gonna be perfect, and I know that even when Britt has struggled, Loyal has picked her up, and so I think that Britt knows that she's got her back, and all of us have each other's back, and that's really the main part of it. Is your heads down, we're gonna tap it up, and let's keep going, keep pushing, keep attacking. Like you can't stop. Like you just got to keep moving with it, and don't go back. So.
I think the biggest thing is how much we all believe in Loyal. I mean, goodness gracious, she has been phenomenal for us. So, whether it's getting to the rim or the stop and pop or the three, but, and anytime she gets to the free throw line, to shoot the percentage that she's shooting from the free throw line, just like, I don't think any of us hesitate knowing that a lot of the reason we won the Arkansas game was before Loyal. So she didn't struggle the other night, so I want to focus as much on that as we are today. It's not really a struggle to me. It's more just she understands. Her game continues to evolve, so we're excited about and so proud of her.
Good. You kind of talked a lot before this game and last week about how the stretch you guys were in of like 4 games in 10 days, something like that. Is this kind of a good time to get that week off, just knowing you've gone through 2 tough games with top 5 teams, and then Arkansas didn't give you guys a break at all?
Yeah, it's our buys. We always talk about how important it is to understand where you're at and what's in front of you. I know a lot of coaches say, we're not going to talk about it, but what a blessing our bye was the first time when Britt was out and Meg. That came at the right time, and now it comes at another right time for Meg to continue to get healthy and for us to rest. We'll take off Monday and Thursday. We'll get better Tuesday and Wednesday on Bama, and we're going to our regular scout routine. So, Maxwell, there's been a lot of time here lately where I've just been so thankful. The timing of our buys have just been a real blessing. So, but now we have to embrace those and take advantage of them. So it's come at a really good time. Hey, thank y'all for supporting women's basketball and covering it today. Thank you.